Massive breakouts ahead. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dell, UnitedHealth Group, DEGEN are primed for a 2025 bull run. In today's video, I will dive deep into the charts of Bitcoin, Ethereum, Dell, UnitedHealth Group, Highstreet, and DEGEN. By the way, if you're not a member of Team NakedTrader yet, would you be so kind to press that subscribe button? It will help me a lot. Let's grow together. And for now, let me start with the weekly performance of the crypto market. Overall sentiment is red, but we do have some green ones. 4 went up 17.3, Duckwave had 14.4, Pulse X 13.6, Bidget 7.3, Qcoin 2.3, Leo 5.4, Cas 5.6. The red numbers of this week are Pi Network 29.6, Lido DAO minus 16.6, Uniswap minus 16.8, Arbitrum minus 16.5, Sandbox minus 12.4, and from the weekly I will change to the daily. Today's sentiment is green, almost everything in green. Bread went up 14.8, Fortcoin 9.3, Bonk 7.3, Duckwave had 7.7, Virtual 9.7, Pepe 8.4, and the red ones of today, Core minus 1.5, Litecoin 0.5%, Qcoin minus 2.2, and from here I will go to CoinMarketCap. Currently we have a market cap of 3.31 trillion with a 24-hour volume of 83.8 billion, and the current fear and greed is indicated at 66, which is still in the greed zone. The top 10 coins of today are Bitcoin, Ethereum, Ripple, Binance, Solana, Dogecoin, Cardano, and Tron. And from here I will go to the weekly performance of the stock market. Nice green week for the stocks, amazing week. A lot of stocks went up, NVIDIA more than 16%, Taiwan Semiconductors 10.03, Microsoft 3.54, Apple went up 6.41, Google 8.45, Meta 8.08, Amazon 6.49, Tesla 17.34, and we do have some red ones. UnitedHealth Group went down 23.31, I will analyze it later. Fiserv went down minus 9.46, and from here let's go to the chart of Bitcoin, starting at the weekly. About 12.5 hours to close this week's candle. Current price is at $103,948. A potential weekly closing above the weekly drop-off of 102,694 to the low over here. So if yes, that is bullish, I will add it. This weekly drop-off, so potential weekly close, and it will be even nice if we close above 104,765, but let's see what will happen. Okay, and from the weekly I will change to the daily. Bitcoin is ranging above 102,569. The last push for a new all-time high, and I will show last week's scenarios. So you could have been in the short from last week, in the long first of all over here. So if you enter the long over here, you're in profits about 10%. Congratulations, take your profits, increase your stop loss, and you could have been in the short as well here at 105,149. So if you had played the short, you're also in profits, almost 2%. Take some profits there. and increase your stop loss to prevent losses. So for now, this trade is still in play. The pullback with entry at 99,357, and if it loses support over there, the next entry at 96,131, and else the entry here still in play as well, the entry of 92,227. And if the price managed to go up, let's say test 110, 112,000, pullback, entry at the previous all-time high at 106,149. So these are 4 potential scenarios for the coming days. And from Bitcoin, I will go to UnitedHealth Group Incorporated. I've charted this one earlier at the end of 2024, and if we look closer, the price went up from here, the short, and it tried to hold support at 524, eventually fell through support. Here it didn't hold support, and the entry here got filled, the entry of $458.49. And from there, if you took position, then you're in profits 36%, 30.60%. Congratulations, I hope you took your profits there. That's why we take some target points first here, second there, and then to prevent the losses like this, increase the stop loss, put it in profits. And look at this, what happened. So the price went down from here over the last few weeks, more than 50% down. At the top, 58.48 from the high over here. So let me, by the way, I will post a link of the previous video in the show notes so you can check it out. And let me start at the monthly. By the way, I would like to start with a clean chart here, so I will remove it all. On the monthly, insane candles. Okay, from the monthly I will change to the weekly. I'm adding some weekly levels here, and let's find some interesting scenarios together. And from the weekly I will change to the daily. For our Okay, I'll go back to the weekly and make a plan for the coming days. No, I do it on the daily. Okay, I would like to see a test, perhaps a daily gain above $321. A test around 335. Pullback with an entry at 276, aiming to break the 360, and else the more aggressive play, perhaps a test around 410, pullback with an entry at 335, aiming to break 472. And if I go back to the weekly, if it doesn't hold support, then I would aim for the entry between 217 and 225, trying to go up from there. And else the most defensive play is the entry here at 166, trying to go up from there. So we have 4 potential scenarios for UnitedHealth Group Incorporated, and from here I will go to Dell. Another one, look at this. I've charted this one also early 2025, and a flawless entry over here, the entry of $67 at 51. If you had played this one, you're in profits 67%. Congratulations. I hope you took some profits and increase your stop loss. Yeah, multiple target points hit. So nice play. Flawless entry. I will post the link of the previous video in the show notes. And let me remove this scenario here. I will remove them all. And let's start at the monthly. Monthly downtrend, now arriving resistance here on the monthly. And from the monthly, let's change to the weekly. Okay, we do have a weekly gain from the previous drop off to the low over here, the low of $67. So that is nice. Okay, what would we like to see now? I would like to see a test here of $128 pullback entry at 101, aiming for 140. And else, if it loses support over there, the entry over here also in play, entry at 92.55, trying to go up from there. And if the price goes down from here, then the entry more defensive at 82.42, trying to go up from there. And I'll add one more. And else I would aim for the entry here at $57, trying to go up from there. So we have 4 potential scenarios for Dell the coming days. And from Dell I will go to Highstreet, starting at the weekly current price at 66 cents. On this chart, it came from its all-time low 37 cents and trying to go up from there. So let me add some levels here. And from the weekly, I will change to the daily. Okay. This one is already tested. The entry at 62 cents. Rejection so far at 79 cents. So the next entry will be here. And else I'll be very defensive. Last line of defense, 37 cents. Trying to go up from there. And if the price managed to go up, then I would like to see daily gain, or at least a 4-hour gain above 92.6, perhaps test of 98 cents or $1, pullback with entry at 79 cents, aiming to break the dollar, aiming for 114. And keep in mind, if the price fall through support here, wait for a lower, for the rotation, a lower time frame confirmation, something like this, drop off, gain the drop off, pullback, entry on your left side, and then aiming for the next target. So we have 4 potential plays for Highstreet USDT the coming days, and from here I will go to DEGEN, starting at the weekly. Current price at 0.00628, and also similar as Highstreet, from the low it's trying to go up. So let me add some levels. This was the drop off to the low, rejection on the weekly so far. Okay, and from the weekly I will change to the daily. Okay. If the price rejects, then I would aim for the entry at 0.00366, trying to go up from there. How much potential is it? Let me see. First target point about 40%, so that's good. And if it doesn't hold support over here, then I would aim for the entry 0.00293, trying to go up from there. And let me zoom in. Okay. And if the price managed to go up, then I would like to see a test above a cent, pullback with the entry perhaps here at 0.0073, trying to go up from there and aiming to break that cent. And else, if the price goes up more aggressive, and let's see, something like this, test the 1.4 cents, pullback with entry here just under a cent at 0.00833, aiming to break that 1.4 cents. So 4 potential scenarios here for DEGEN the coming days, and from here let's go to Ethereum. Starting at the weekly, about 12 hours and 16 minutes to close this week's candle. On the weekly, a rejection so far from its previous drop off to the low here. And let me show. Here you can see it. This was the weekly drop off, 2,757 or a little higher. The zone over here. It's rejecting on the weekly. Okay, and from the weekly I will change to the daily. Nice. On the daily we have daily gains of above this level, 2,526, so that's a good sign. And I will show the scenarios of last week. I expected a push little higher before the entry should be activated. Entry here at 2,518, so I didn't play this entry over here. I would like to see the test here just on the 3,000 pullback, then the entry here is activated at 2,518 about current price, aiming to break that 3,000. And if the price doesn't hold support and keeps rejecting on the weekly, then we can expect a test here at 2,241, trying to go up from there. And if it doesn't hold support, this one also still in play, the entry at 2,036, trying to go up from there. And else the most defensive play, that is the play at 1,816, trying to go up from there. So we have still 4 scenarios for Ethereum in play. By the way, I will add one more. If 3,016, then this one, the play of 2,757, aiming for 3,761. So that's the 5th scenario for Ethereum the coming days. And for now, thanks for watching, enjoy your day, and see you guys in the next one. Latest.